Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So there is this discourse that happened between Whoopi Goldberg and Alisa Farah. So the discussion was that Whoopi Goldberg was telling them that Black people living in America have it bad as people living in Iran. So Alisa Farah said that I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran in 2025, right? So now there is a guy you will see, right? The guy had tinted his head gold. So his opinion is that Whoopi Goldberg has no right to speak for Black people. Why? Because she is rich. So because she is rich, she should never ever talk about anything that got to do with Black, because she feels that her experience or Black people's experience in United States is it's bad as people in Iran. So he was like, let's play comparison game. So he said in Iran, people get arrested for not wearing hijab, right? And also for dancing in public. And also Black people can twerk in public. So I am saying these people are really moving wild. I don't know what they smoked and all that, but it is what it is. You people have never, you don't know what it means and what it feels like to leave your son and come back. Your son is no more. You know what? Let's get into this video.
And it's slow.
But let's just remember too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
Where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing compared to the United States.
Hanging Black people. So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
Killed for I'm sorry.
Well, they were like around. I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms out.
I'm telling you,
I literally said it was up to the Iranian people.
Yes,
it is up to them.
And that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good. Whoever does it, it's not good. So that's why I said you weren't saying what I heard was not what you meant.
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're Black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're Black.
Guys, don't go to Tehran. Do not anyone at the table should go to Tehran.
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But, yeah, I know that. And we all know that. But every day, we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They are not educated. They cannot property. They cannot leave States.
I'm talking about here.
Nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That is no one's intent.
Good.
But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, when you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
Okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe.
They can't go out of their house. The women.
You know what? There's no way I can make you understand.
Let me try something. It's like try to reverse roles with a Black person in this country, let's say, because I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Just try to understand from their point of view. From that point of view, this country does not do them well. Does not go for them.
I completely acknowledge that.
And we shouldn't compare atrocities.
If you're talking about Iran, of course, is doing worse things. But relatively speaking, it feels bad.
Okay, but I think you know that Iran is significantly
I guess we're going to come back and talk.
I was in college when that revolution
more
took
about
place.
this.
And I know what happened.
So Auntie Whoopi Goldberg and her co-host got into a back and forth on The View because Auntie Whoopi said that being Black in America is similar to living in Iran. Well, that's actually not even what she said, but it doesn't matter. My point is that I'm not arguing with anybody who's not black about what it's like to be black in America. Hell, I'm not arguing with anybody who's not black about what it's like to be black, period. Actually, let me revise that one more time. I'm not even arguing with nobody who is black about what it's like to be black anywhere. It's just not happening. And honestly, I don't even really care if people agreed with what she said or not. Your stance simply doesn't matter to me. Because unless you've been black in America, please don't talk to me about being black in America. And then her co-host started talking about there being places in the world with things happening that are way darker than what's happening in America to black folks in 2025. Is you cool for real? I'm not even, are you cool? You don't even need to bring that topic up around me, because as soon as you start talking, I'm gonna tell you to stop. Just like that. I don't care how you feel about it. Don't talk to me.
Just because the black woman's experience in the United States of America doesn't amount to a Muslim woman's experience in Iran doesn't make it any less important, doesn't make it any less significant, doesn't make it any less problematic. I watched that whole exchange between Whoopi Goldberg and Alyssa on The View, and it just infuriated me. Black women are the most educated people in this country, and I will take that to the grave. They are the most qualified people in this nation, and they have to go above and beyond just to get a percentage of what everybody else gets. And they don't even get appreciation for the things it is that they do. And I really witnessed that in last year's election. You had Kamala Harris, once a senator, attorney general, vice president of the United States, first female black vice president of the United States of America, who had policies, who had plans, who had a trajectory she wanted to put the United States on. And she got ridiculed, she got bashed, and she got put down by a man who had just been charged for essaying women, a man who botched the handling of COVID-19, a man who crashed our economy because of his poor handling of COVID-19 and a variety of other different things. They chose that over someone who was qualified. So no, the black woman's experience may not be as brutal as a Muslim woman's experience in Iran. However, it doesn't make it any less significant because it's what they're going through here. It's what they're dealing with here. They don't live in any other country. They live in the United States of America. And attention should be brought to it. And things should be done to change it. A black woman has to get multiple degrees just to get a quarter of what a white man gets at his job. And they would probably do circles around him. It wasn't that long ago that black women and black people in general were able to even vote. So I don't appreciate what Alyssa said on The View and trying to put down what Whoopi Goldberg was trying to make and the point she was trying to make. It's the black woman's experience in this country, and it's just as important as anybody else's.
Whoopi Goldberg, you are worth tens of millions of dollars because you're good at playing make-believe on camera and think that your experience as a black woman is as difficult as being oppressed in Iran? You know what? Let's play the comparison game. In Iran, women get arrested for not wearing hijabs or for dancing in public. Yet black people here can twerk publicly while basically wearing dental floss without any issue. In Iran, adultery leads to 100 lashings. In America, Jay-Z made millions of dollars by cheating on Beyonce. You can try being gay in Iran, but good luck keeping your head on your shoulders. Literally. Meanwhile, in America, we give DEI hiring priority to gay black people. In Iran, you cannot drink alcohol, you cannot protest, and arguably the most ironic point is that in Iran, you cannot criticize the government online, yet here you are, a black woman complaining about racial oppression from the government on a nationally syndicated television show. Whoopi, please stop putting this delusional victim mentality into the minds of your viewers. Being black in America is a life of freedom and privilege, so don't disrespect real victims of oppression again.
I stopped watching The View a while back because the white women on The View seem to love purposely interrupting all the black women on The View. So watching Whoopi Goldberg try to get her point across, and the other two white women just absolutely will not let her get a word in. I mean, who raised them? Who raised you? Huh? You don't know when it's appropriate to shut up so someone else can talk? You don't know how to be respectful? You don't have manners? You behave like a fucking hooligan? You're not intelligent. Your point doesn't become valid because you keep interrupting people in order to speak your side, your perspective, and you keep talking over people. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you more intelligent. You're rude as fuck. And Whoopi Goldberg needs to remember she's Whoopi Goldberg. She is the Whoopi Goldberg. Like, tell them bitches to shut the fuck up and stop talking over you. Stop talking over you. You're older than them. You've earned your respect. You've earned your right to sit at that table. If they can't shut up and let you finish your point, then they don't deserve to be at that table. Because I'm pretty sure if it was an older white woman that was talking, they would have the decency to shut up and let her finish her point. But why are they not shutting up when it's Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah. Yeah, I stopped watching The View because for the sake of my blood pressure. The racism from the white women on The View, and even Sarah, I used to think she was decent, but the longer I watched her, it's like she walks the very thin line of, like, she agrees with the MAGA shit, she agrees with racism, but she wants to seem progressive. So I had to walk away from that one right there. And then there was a couple times when Sunny kind of pissed me off with, like, her stance on abortion, and that it's a whole bunch of shit. But I stopped watching it, and then now I'm seeing this clip of these women, and good thing I stopped watching it, y'all. I'm fucking damn.
Farrah on The View basically said the United States in 2025 is not as bad as Iran in 2025. And Whoopi Goldberg said, not if you're black. Not if you're black. Then you got Sunny on the side co-signing what she says. Are you kidding me? Whoopi, you are a multi-millionaire black woman sitting on national television comparing what it is like to live in Iran versus being black in America. That should tell you right there the difference between Iran and living in America. The freedom that you have to even express that on national television should tell you the difference between Iran and America. We're talking about women who can't even wear their hair in public. We're talking about a country where freedom of speech and freedom of religion is non-existent. We're talking about a country where real tyranny actually exists. Meanwhile, y'all can freely march the streets screaming that Trump is a king with no type of penalty. We're living in a time where we should be united, yet y'all on The View continuously preach division, and it is just,
I think what people don't get about what Whoopi Goldberg was saying is that to us, and by the way, happy Juneteenth, to us, African American people, it feels like we are in a country like Iran by the fact that the boot has never been taken off of our neck. I've seen so many videos, and me myself have witnessed so much racism, even in a place like New York City. Yes. New York City. I've seen racism. And the school I went to school in upstate New York. It's called SUNY Fredonia. A year before, the dorm that I was placed in, a cross was burned. I went there in 2007. The school, it happened in 2006. So you don't think that's scary to us? You don't think it's scary the fact that I think in Albany, a man was found hanging from a tree? You don't think that's scary? Shall I keep going? So even though this is the best country in the world, to us, it's still not the best country. I was redlined with getting my house. Was that fair? Even though I had the money, I paid more than 20% to get the house, and still they were battling with me on whether I could afford it or not. I kept being asked, why is it just for you, when I was obviously going to rent it out? Like, come on, it's a 2-family. Not going to do that anymore, though, after all this. Not in New York. But not to mention the fact that as a YT person ever had a young boy come to their house with a whip to whip their child? Oh yeah, you guys can look up that video. That's a real video. I'm not sure what state it happened in, but this is all over. So to us, the war for us to be just as free as everybody else has never ended. So I think that's the message that Whoopi was trying to convey to those two. And obviously they didn't get it because they're hard-headed. They go from their own experience. And I get it. It's hard for you to see other people's point of view without you having experienced it. But also there's a lack of logic and understanding and the ability to see past their own needs and own individualistic ideas is what's lacking in that conversation. Whoopi is not saying that it is exactly equal to what women experience and what people experience in Iran. She's saying it feels like it. So therefore we understand it as being African Americans, because the world has never been like a piece of cake for us. And granted, there are still things, and I'm even going to blame for our own people, that we blame white people for that we shouldn't, because that's within our control. But we are still considered to be, especially black women, third-class citizens in the United States of America. That's pretty much what she's trying to say. Whoopi goes from her own experience, and those other two YT women goes from their own experience. But the problem is that the women, especially the ones who are very right-leaning, will never understand because they haven't experienced the things that Whoopi has experienced. And even with all of Whoopi's privilege, I'm sure she still experiences and has experienced racism. I mean, that doesn't stop just because you have money. It's just that she's protected from physical harm because she probably has bodyguards. She has money. She lives in a gated community. Who knows who she lives? I don't fucking know where Big Goldberg lives. But, you know, this is just pretty much what I'm saying. I think people don't understand that, and they see her as trying to, like, latch on to the experience of a country where people are suffering a great deal. But we're suffering. And also, look how many African-American children go missing and they do nothing about. Like, example, that boy in the Bronx whose father, you know, unalived him in the Bronx River. If that was a white kid, do you think he would have had the same experience? Do you think the police would have turned the people away who wanted to make a report and tell them to go to family court? I'll wait. How many black children go missing and never found? How many black girls? I think it's almost in the 100,000 that go missing over the last decade that are unsolved, trafficked, and people notice. That's why they target them more. So if you don't agree, too bad, but that is our experience. And you can't take that experience away from us just because you feel like it. You feel like it, and what exactly the fuck is happening are two different cups of tea. And that's it. I'm just sick of black people who are not black telling us about our experience here in this country, because that is a crock of fucking shit. And it's annoying. It really is annoying. Stop telling us how to feel and how we feel and what we go through, because that's bullshit. Your opinion is not fact. Our experiences are.
Sometimes people from other races can genuinely have no clue about what you're saying because they've never had your lived experiences. And we clearly watch that play out on The View with Whoopi and her co-hosts. They have no clue on what it's like to be black. Oftentimes, people see your color before they even listen to the words you're uttering from your mouth. That's the sad reality we have to face daily in life.
Sometimes I think Whoopi Goldberg ass just like to hear herself talk. Like, how do you compare the life of a black man in America to the life of someone in Iran and say that the black man has it worse than the people in Iran? What sense does that even make? When your ass as a black woman is worth tens of millions of dollars. You sit in front of a TV all day telling us how black people are oppressed. What the fuck? And a lot of black entertainment people do this shit. They sit at home in their $1 million mansions in their white neighborhoods with the security gate and say black people are suppressed. That's a spit in the face if you ask me. Yeah, you'll never get like me in this $1 million house with everything I could ever want because you're black. What sense does that make? Let's get back to Whoopi, though. How can you even make that comparison? Because you go to Iran, I ain't never seen no black person steal and get their hand chopped off. I ain't never seen one of the Pride people get thrown off a building. That Pride in America, your ass get a parade, your ass get days, your ass get all that type shit. But you go to Iran, you talking about you a Rainbow Mafia member? Yeah, all right. Your ass is out of here. I don't know. I think her ass, the View in general, just be rage baiting for nothing, like for views and clicks and likes. Like, I don't even think they believe half the shit that they say. Either that or they just missing a little bit up here because the shit don't ever make sense. But then again, they say that shit with such confidence, like they just know they right. They know they right. It'd be fucking wrong. I mean, a quick Google search about how people are treated in Iran will show you black people ain't got it bad at all. People in America don't have it bad at all, to be honest with you. People in America just some fucking crybabies. That's it. They want to have something to complain about 24/7. That's it. That's all. Go to other parts of the world. Live there for a while. I bet you be running back to America. Be grateful and be blessed.
That view table today, yo. All I'm saying is it was intense between Whoopi versus Alyssa Farah Griffin. And let's just say she had to give the little Bertha Darling a lesson. Take a look at this.
This is the greatest country in the world. But, yeah, I know that. I know that. And we all know that. But every day, we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They are not educated. They cannot have property. They cannot leave them.
I'm talking about here.
Nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That is no one's intent. But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, when you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
Okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe.
They can't go out of their house. Women,
you know what? There's no way I can make you understand.
Are you surprised about Alyssa? I mean, her father, who was the originator of the Bertha lie about President Obama. I don't understand why people are so surprised that she is turning back to her Republican conservative roots. She's worse than Meghan McCain. I mean, they're both equally worse. But Alyssa actually worked for birthers. Jim Jordan, Mark Meadows, and the bum from Queens. So nobody should be surprised at this revelation. And I said it before, I was never for this hire. Once they hire her, I'm just like, really? A birther? But this is where we are. So the whole mere factor of this is Alyssa has always been this way. And nobody should have not been surprised. I was right since day one, and I will continue to be justified.
So yesterday on The View, Whoopi and Alyssa got into it. And I don't think Alyssa was hearing what Whoopi was saying. Whoopi made a valid point. The fairness is not across the board for everybody here in America, and everybody does not feel that way. Look at what happened yesterday when the Supreme Court upheld the Tennessee ban on puberty blockers and gender-affirming care for trans kids that need it so that they can be safe, so they don't experience suicide. Who is that saving? Who is that benefiting? Absolutely nobody. And God forbid if you're black in America and then you're met with all kind of different intersectionalities, being LGBTQ, living with a disability, being low income, being poor. Like, Alyssa, you don't get it, girl. Stay over there in your white box. You don't get it.
To the ver, where you got your girl Whoopi Goldberg talking out her, you know what, talking out her fanny pack. And this woman said the craziest thing in the world, and I'm going to quote it, and then I'm going to let her say it so you don't think that I just made this up. Black people in America have it just as bad as people in Iran. She should have to go live there for 30 minutes. And we'll see if she make it back. Roll the clip.
And it's slow.
But let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
Where the Iranian regime is...
Hold on. When has there been a law of the land that you could tie gay to a car? What you talking about? We have been known, somebody tied a gay person to a car, and that our country is known for that. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? There's not a law in place that you can openly kill gay people ever in the history of America. What are you talking about? Like, it's just, they just say things. I don't know. They get pressed and they just feel like they got to vomit at the mouth and say the most outlandish things. Roll the clip.
They used to just keep hanging black people. So
it is not even the same. I could accept covering this.
Time out. Hanging wasn't just black people. White people were also hung as well. Like lynching was a form of punishment. Now, over the course of history, it began to be more black people than white people. But if you look at the historical documentation, there's about 3,400 black people that were lynched, and there was about 1,200 white people that were lynched that we have on record. And at the beginning of lynching, it was mostly just white people, and then it rolled like this, and it was majority black. But lynching wasn't just a black thing. Roll the clip.
I mean to say, it is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit into Toronto.
Listen, I'm sorry.
I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms out.
I'm telling you, as a...
I literally said it was up to the Iranian people.
Yes, it is up to them. And that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good, whoever does it. It's not good. So that's why I said you weren't saying what I heard was not what you meant.
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Guys, don't go to Iran. Do not anyone at the table.
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But yeah, I know that. I know that. And we all know that. But every day we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They are not educated. They are not talking about the United States.
I'm talking about
nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That's no one's intent. But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country, and people who deserve rights.
Not everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, when you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
Okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe.
Time out. You know, one thing that I think that historically these dumb people try to do is that they forget to involve all of history. There was a point in time in this country where if you own land, you could vote. If you did not own land, you could not vote. There was a lot of black people that did vote when white people couldn't vote. They then discriminated against black people and gave them the right to vote back. But there was a large portion of the existence of voting in this country that black people could vote in when it was just about property ownership. It's just like they act like black people weren't involved in society and didn't have any say or any kind of, I don't know, like we were under the white man thumb until like the 60s. That's the most asinine thing that I've ever heard in my life. We created universities. We had theaters, bus lines, schools. I mean, inventions.
All I got from this video. Now, for the people making or trying to make Whoopi look bad, does it mean that as a rich person, you are not supposed to talk because you are rich, or she is not supposed to speak for black people because she's rich? I want you to also remember that she was also poor, or she was also middle class before she became this rich. She was not born rich. I don't know if this makes sense. There are some people who were born rich, right? Some people hustle for their money. Some people work so hard till they got, some people were just middle class. But whether you are rich and all that, I am sure majority of them also, even as a child growing up and all that, you might have been in spaces where people do not know that you are a rich person and you are black, and you also get to experience that one way or the other, or maybe your own neighbor. It is always very difficult to convince some, but there is no need to convince them. The experience of a black person in United States, you know, sometimes some people are always from far away quick to say you are lucky to be American citizen, right? But they probably do not understand what you are going through. It's just like the way some people do not understand how hard it is for black people, especially when it comes to racism, dismantling the system that has been there. They will ask you which system, what is oppressing them, what is going. These are the questions some people that do not know will ask you. It's just like when I show people some of these videos that I put here, they ask me, are they real, or do people ask them? I don't know if you are getting what I am saying, right? First of all, they are like, wait, are they experiencing this? And then you say yes. They're like, what? Some will say, I would rather stay back where I am and know that I am only fighting maybe social, maybe tribalism and all that, because most times we only and do not look for a way to harm you. We will not even harm you. We only say, yeah, you are an able girl. See how you speak. And we are like, huh? Do you understand? But nobody is good. If I knock on let's say example, if I knock on my neighbor's door and he happens not to be Igbo, right? Maybe a Yoruba or Hausa. Nobody is coming out with Pe0ple. Nobody is coming out with Pe0ple. Right? They'll open the door and ask you, who are you looking for? Did you miss your road or something? Where are you going? Or you might say, I am thirsty. Maybe my mother is not around. Can I get some water? You are going to get water. Right? But I do not know if my son goes out, if he is going to come back safe. I don't know where he will be found. I don't know if he might end up in a sundown town. I don't know. I don't know if he goes out with his friends for a picnic. I don't know if he's going to make it alive. I don't know if he goes swimming with his friends, knowing fully well that he cannot swim very well. I don't know if he will come back alive. It is two things involved. Everybody is always very quick to tell Black people how they are being treated, how they are lucky. Because they are in United States of America does not mean that they do not experience. You all are saying it. They are experiencing it. So quit comparing. One thing I will never do is try to compare your struggle and my struggle. We have both two different struggles. And this is what people do this. When you tell people that I am, for example, I have headache. Instead of them to, it is not about you at this point. It is about this person that she has headache. How is she going to get fine at this point in time? They will ask you, how is it? How is it? How do you feel? Is it like a migraine or you just feel hot? They will not ask you all this. The next thing you hear is that, oh, yesterday my head almost fell off because the migraine was banging. I saw the devil. Shut up. Just shut up. You all are so quick to disregard or to move away somebody's experience, what they are. Did you see the fact that some people don't know that some people that look like me are still being lean and shin today? Today. It's crazy. Because you don't know, because you are not a Black person, you've not lived that experience. Now you want to tell them how they should act when all these stories come, when it comes up. You are not supposed to. Okay. Can you listen to what she was trying to tell you? And please, enough of people trying to tell people that because you are rich. I shouldn't speak on what is going on. I am not rich. I am not even middle class. I am struggling. You and I know that. If I tell you I am rich, you should know that I am lying. The person that was rich already died. My father already died long time ago. And I do not have the money. I don't have sense. So, if someone around me started complaining about how hard things are, and probably maybe because I feel like maybe she looks better than me, or I think, this is me thinking, that she is maybe well-to-do, and I am telling her, why are you complaining? Don't you look rich? How can a rich person complain? You are really a joke. You are a joke. You all think because somebody is worth billions of dollars means that she has that cash, or you can go to his or her bank account and see that money. might have asset and also at the same time be broke because maybe I do not want to sell that asset that I have at this point in time. So you all should quit all this nonsense. You go out, and the fact that she sat there on national television or whatever television she is on, or on their live broadcast to tell her this straight up right in her face. I love the fact that the other woman, also the other white woman with hard wig, maybe hard hair that she's wearing, also lighten up the mood, tried explaining. But the truth is that I don't know how long you will continue to explain to them. It looks like they don't understand. It is that hard. Bye for now.